So before I start this video, please leave a like, please leave a comment. How's your month been going? I'm going to be showing you what's sold and what we picked up from one charity haul yesterday from hitting 2 towns. And please subscribe if you want to follow my reselling journey. Good afternoon, everybody. So it's a Sunday today, and I thought I'd do a haul of what we've been picking up from one day of sourcing yesterday, and also showing you what's sold this month so far on eBay. So you can get a bit of an idea as to what we picked up from one day of sourcing from 2 towns and what's been selling this month as well, to give you a bit of a trend as to what's been selling. So we'll start things off with what we picked up from the charity shops yesterday. And this was from sourcing 2 towns, 2 of my local towns, my sort of regular towns that I'll source from. So let's give you a bit of an idea as to what we sourced. So the first one, pair of Levi 501s, black. Really nice. We actually got these in a Bernardo's for £8, which is always good, because Bernardo's, they do seem to price things up quite a little bit. And we are in a slightly different location as well. We're in the bedroom today because the missus is doing a meal prep, so we've changed it up a little bit in here today. Second up, we have got some Brooks Brothers. You know how much I like Brooks Brothers. This one is a pretty standard made in Hong Kong pink shirt. I think we paid about £3, paid £8 for the Levi's, by the way. So we did pay up a little bit for them, but they're 30 to 35, so don't mind paying up if it's going to get our profit margins a little bit higher. But this one is a Brooks Brothers, made in Hong Kong. I'll come around and show you. So that's what the tag looks like, made in Hong Kong. So I think it's a slightly older era of Brooks Brothers. So I think we paid sort of £3.50 for that. That would be sort of 25-ish return on that. Next up, some Fat Face chino sort of shorts. Paid £4 for that. And these go all day long, especially this time of year, for 25 plus postage. Fat Face is a really slept on brand that I think a lot of people don't pick up in the charity shops because they think it's just Fat Face, but has a really strong sell through and it sells for good money. So if you can get it for £5 or below, I would definitely recommend picking up Fat Face. Not all Fat Face stuff sells really well, but the chino shorts are good, and it's a good size as well, 36. Next up, some Hugo Boss. Don't pick up a lot of Hugo Boss, but it has a semi-decent return. It's just the sell-through rate isn't fantastic. So we paid £4.50. Standard black slim fit shirt. Quite a nice design. It's got sort of a semi-different design on it. As you can probably see, I'll come around and show you. It's not like your standard shirt. It has got some like sewing lines in it. So quite a nice design. So £4.50 into sort of 20-25 for that one. Next up, this was a really nice pickup. This was a Paul Smith jumper. Paul Smith, if you didn't know, sells really well, especially when it has that embroidered sort of pony horse logo on it. Again, we paid up for this. We did pay £8, I believe. We did pay £8, but it's looking at a £35 plus postage return. So again, I don't mind paying up if the quality is there. This one's in nice condition as well. Always be sure to check for any sort of pinholes or anything like that when you're buying that sort of material, that sort of cottony, woolly material. So £8 into 35 plus postage on that. Next up, some Wrangler jeans. I love buying Wrangler jeans because they're always slept on in the charity shops and they go for semi-decent money. So again, with Wranglers, same as Lee, I'll come around and show you, always check for what actual type of jeans they are. So these are Arizona stretch, if you can see that. These in particular go for sort of 20 to 25 plus postage. Really nice pair of robust jeans, and we paid £3 for those, so good return. Next up, we've got some Muir chino sort of trousers. Muir is a good brand to pick up. It does have a slightly slower sell-through rate, but when it sells, they sell for strong money. So we paid £5 for this. Don't mind paying up again because I know it has a semi-decent strong margin on it. So we paid £5, probably looking at sort of 25 plus postage for those. So we'll take those. And lastly, from the haul, we picked up a really nice Ted Baker sort of floral print shirt, as you can see. Don't pick up a lot of Ted Baker, purely because it's so hit and miss with Ted Baker, but these nice floral prints do sell really well. Paid £3 for this, so 3 into sort of 25-ish, plus the postage for that, which is good. So we didn't pick up a huge haul yesterday. We only picked up 8 items, so not a lot. Usually I like to go for 10 to 12 items. So if you're doing one day of thrifting, you're probably going to want to hit 3+ towns in a day to make it worth your while for the return. But we spent around £30 there, and you're looking easily at an £100 plus return on that. So for one day of sourcing, that's not too bad. So now we're going to go into what we have sold since the start of April up until now. I'll put screenshots of what they sold for up top. So the first item was a pair of Levi 511 corduroy jeans, which I'll put up there. We paid about £2–3 for these. Would have sold for a bit more, but as you probably saw in one of my previous videos, there was a little bit of fraying on the inside of them. So they sold for £29.18 all in. Still a good return, still within our margins. Just a shame about that little bit of a fray on there. Lowered the price of it a little bit, but we'll still take that as a return. Next up, some Brooks Brothers. This was a Brooks Brothers Regent shirt in terms of the type of shirt that it was. This would have been from a bale, so again, we're just trying to get rid of it. £17.83 all in on that one. Nice white shirt. Next up, some fat face chinos. We would have paid about £4 for these, around about that. They sold for £22.49 all in, so still within the £10 clear profit per item. Fat face, super slept on brand. I would definitely recommend picking it up, but still check the sell-through rate and the soles, because not all of it sells well, only some parts of it do. But we'll take that as a return all day. Next up, the John Smedley shirt that you might have seen from the thrifting video previously. It had wear throughout on this, so we sold it relatively cheap. We sold it for £23.98 all in. We paid, I think, £2 for it or £3 for it. Would have gone for 30+ if there wasn't so much wear, but wanted to make sure that that was present in the listing so that whoever was buying it knew that it did have quite, not severe wear, but it had quite a lot of wear throughout. But we'll still take that. £3, £24 is still, again, within our profit margin, so brilliant. Another Brooks Brothers. This one was a standard 346 Brooks Brothers item. Blue long sleeve shirt, £16.33 all in. Would have been a bale item, £2 we paid for them. So as we mentioned before, we're just trying to clear out that old stock, get new stock in with better profit margins. Next up was a Ralph Lauren medium shirt. This one went for semi-cheap because it did have a mark on the back of it. I did try and get it out, but it still was a little bit prevalent. So £19.28 all in on that. Usually I sell those for 25, 30+. But with the mark, it does dwell the price slightly. But that was a bale item. Get it in, get it out, take your profit, reinvest. Next up, this would have been in from a mixed grade bale that I bought years ago of jeans, Wrangler, Lees, Levi's, and it was about £45 plus the VAT for the bale, about 60 pairs of jeans in there. Most of them went in the recycling centres. This was just one that was laying about, so just get rid of it cheap. These are the Wrangler carpenter jeans, had marks throughout. They're working jeans for carpenters or people that work in trades, hence the name. £13.98 all in. Next up, some Rohan trousers. Again, be on the lookout for Rohan. Really good hiking walking brand, sells really well, and is slept on in the charity shops. You can usually get it £3 or £4 a piece. These were the bags hiking walking trousers. £26.48 all in on them. Really nice red colour. Would have paid £3 or £4, probably less. Actually, I think we paid £2 for these. So if you can get it for that price, pick it up. If I would probably spend up to £6, £7 on Rohan, purely just on the return. Next, we've got some Lee jeans. These, again, I've had these forever and a day. Just get them listed, get them gone. £22.98 all in. These were just regular fit, straight leg jeans. Lee jeans still sell really well. If you can get bales of Lee jeans, grade A, as long as it's from a reputable supplier. I probably would recommend investing your money in one of those because it's going to cost you £3 or £4 per piece. And you're going to see good returns on it, 20+ for pretty much each individual brand and particular brand of Lee, which you can find in the tag, as we've shown in previous videos. £22.98 all in for those. So great, we'll take that. And the final two sales are 2 pairs of Muir New York trousers. Same size, 38.40. I presume they went to the same seller because it was part of a multi-buy. So sold with the 5% off promotion, which we are doing to try and boost sales this month because we had a slower start than usual. I think we've had about 12 items actually go out this month, which is a little bit lower than what we like to see. So we've put a markdown sale 5% off all of our items to try and get a little bit more traffic. Still listing 2 a day consistently, but some months will be slower than other on eBay. Just remain consistent is the biggest piece of advice I could give you. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a great weekend. Stay consistent.